Hello everyone and welcome back to Essen Spiel 2018. I'm here with Fred from Geek Attitude, who's going to tell us a bit about their game Dicium. How are you doing, Fred?
I'm very fine. Very excited by the fair.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. This is my first Essen, so it's kind of blowing my mind a bit.
It's your first lesson,
Yeah.
so it's good. Good shot.
It is indeed. So, what can you tell us about this game? What is happening here? I can see Greek architecture, Japanese torii gates, a racing line. What is happening?
So actually, Dicium is a bit more than a game. This is a concept. So based on one dice mechanic, combination of dice, we have designed four different games with different gameplays.
Okay.
So actually, you have. I will start by, I would say, the entrance game. So you have the Crazy Cup. This is a game. This is a race game for 1 to 4 players, starting 8+, and then you have a civilization game. So this one you will build your civilization, build cities, temple, try to reach some objective, fight some mythological monster and so on. So this is 1 to 4 players, 2 and 12 years.
Yeah.
So then you have the dungeon. This is a dungeon crawling games. So this is a cooperative game this time. So it is also a 1-4 players, 10+. And the last one is the Shogun. And Shogun, this is a confrontation game. So the ninja are sneaking into the palace, and actually the samurai will try to defend, to protect the Shogun.
Oh, wow.
So, and you have all of them there, the 4 different world inside the box.
And they're all using the Dicium concept and system.
Yeah, so I will show you. That's very easy. So everything is based on the dice. So on the dice, actually, you have of each side of a dice has 2 information: colors and figures. So the mechanism, what is it? You start the game with 3 dice, you roll once, and you may reroll a second time any number of dice if you want. That's first phase. Phase 2, with your dice, you will play up to 2 actions by combining the colors or the figures. You may do 1 action with colors and then 1 action with figures, up to you. And at the end of the turn, the next phase is, if you have some dice left, you may keep them for your next turn.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the mechanism for the 4 games, the base mechanism.
And then you've got some tweaks in each of them to give them flavor, yeah?
Of course. So if you want, the idea, if you want to have quickly, so this is a race game. This is a kind of Mario Kart. So you have a starting point and you have to go around the map. But you have some shortcuts, and also you have some tricky cards. So actually you start with 3 cards and you can get some cards, some new cards, by using some actions. So you see, each board is double-sided. So this is the Shogun game, this is the race game. So if you take the race game, you just turn it, you flip it, and then you have the Shogun.
That is absolutely fantastic.
So that's all. The concept is that just we optimize the game components, and we made 4 games using everything twice sometimes. For instance, in the dungeon, so the principle of the dungeon, you are exploring the dungeon, looking for the crown of the king of the goblin, and opening chests and fighting some monster, and you have a deadline. So you start the game with an exploration deck that you build depending on the number of players. At the end of the deck, the king of the goblin will come back into the board and will try to go to the throne room. If he arrives there, you lose the game. So this is the timing of the game. But those cards, this is all the concept. We use the same cards for the civilization, meaning that when you play the civilization, you will earn some victory points during the game. When you earn victory points, you take some cards. When you end the deck, this is the end of the game. So you end the turn. So we're using the card twice, once for the dungeon, one for the civilization game.
That makes for a really versatile set of games. I love this idea. It's kind of early days of video game in that respect, having the one system that you can just plug in the different games for.
We have already different games in mind. We're working on more games. For instance, I will give you an example. Let's do a Blood Bowl game with Dicium. So you have 4 characters. So let's say the yellow are the dwarves, the red are the orcs, the elves, the blue the humans. So you have 4 characters. So you can do different characteristics for each one. Then you have the board. This is the place where you will play. And then you have a Blood Bowl. So the colors, let's say, all the rules are transversal for the colors, meaning blue will always be movement in the 4 games. Green is the color of development. So to get some bonuses, you will use green in the 4 games. Yellow is specific to the games. So yellow is, this is a dungeon, this is for magic. So you have access to some spells. So depending on the game, here you move on the ground. So it's just depending on the games. And the red is always fight action, linked to the fight. So if I just translate it into Blood Bowl, blue will be movement, green development, yellow could be pass, the throw and reception, and then the red for fight or tricky action.
Perfect. I love the idea of this, having all those games in the one box. Now, at events, we do like to try and give our our friends away some copies of games. Would you like to give away a copy of Dicium?
Of course, yeah. We want to share this experience. It's not really innovative. This is not the first game with multi-games into the box. I think what but we did it. We went further than usually. We didn't put materials in a box and say, okay, do whatever you want. And we have really designed each game as a game. So meaning that we could have done 4 boxes.
No, I love them all being in the one game. It makes for a very self-contained experience. Anyway, Fred, thank you very much for letting us know.
And if I may add one word.
Yes, go ahead.
For those who like Not Alone, for sure there are some. We are working on the second expansion. This is not the final, but nearly the final artwork of the box. We will bring a lot of more stuff, more than the first expansion. It's coming in 2019.
Excellent. We'll look forward to finding out more about that. Okay. Thank you very much, Fred.
Thank you to you for your time.
So if you want to get a copy of Dicium, be sure to put a comment below on this video at ontabletop.com. In the meantime, we're going to carry on here and see more of what Essen has to offer.